Hello, my name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today we are going to be talking about main character syndrome, or, hyper-individualism mixed with social media. It's a common thing for people online to post and talk about themselves as if they are the main character. I feel like at first, when people were designating themselves as the main character, it was just a way to romanticize their lives and, make the mundane seem a little bit more interesting, just so that people would, be okay and not want to kill themselves. Sometimes I need to walk around aimlessly in a cute outfit listening to sad music because it makes me feel like I'm in a coming of age film, and so what? Sue me. However, I would say that with this sense of hyper-individualism that we see online, it's only been emphasized with this main character syndrome, right? And it's sort of splintered off and given people an outlet to behave in a way where they're really only thinking about themselves. For example, the first thing that I want to talk about in relation to main character syndrome is what some people call "what about me-ism." For example, there's this specific thing that I see on TikTok where let me just give an example. So this is something that was circulating online probably a while ago by the time that this is posted, but a woman on TikTok posted a recipe for bean soup, okay? Bean soup. The main ingredient is beans, okay? A buffet of beans, mind you. And then, in the comments, people were asking, kind of dumb questions like, do I have to use this much onion? Or can I use parsley instead of chives? And it's like, you can do whatever you want. Like, no one is strapping a bomb to your chest and saying you have to use exactly this much onion. Like, just do whatever you want. But then there were people who commented things like, what if I don't like beans? Can I use something other than beans for this bean soup? What are you talking about? Baby, if you don't like beans, then why are you sitting here watching a tutorial on how to make a bean soup? Okay, why do you feel the need to make a comment about your personal taste when it clearly does not apply here? Maybe they were trolling, okay? Maybe they were trying to be funny or sarcastic and I just did not catch on. However, I see comments that are similar to this much more often than I would personally like. Like, there was a woman who was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for her kid, right? She was doing like a day in the life, a mommy vlog, whatever. And then someone comments, what if my kid has a peanut allergy? Make a different sandwich. Like, I'm not gonna walk into a butcher shop and be like, I'm a vegetarian, so what now? I don't know if people are commenting this type of stuff to be purposely annoying or satirical now that it is a phenomena that people are noticing and observing, or if they're just like 11 years old, but something is happening. I mean, this type of behavior kind of translates out of things like bean soup as well. It's a similar thing to when like you post a cute picture of you and your dad and then someone in the comments is like, oh, too bad my dad left me when I was 5. Must be nice. Or, there was an instance on Twitter where a woman tweeted, my husband and I wake up every morning and bring our coffee out to the garden and sit and talk for hours every morning. It never gets old and we never run out of things to talk about. Love him so much. A very innocent, well-intended tweet, right? Everyone who agrees say aye. Aye. But what transpired after this truly belongs in the history books. So this person responded, I wake up every day with chronic pain, tarsal tunnel syndrome, and wash my OCD medication down with an iced oat milk latte, but whatever. Potato, am I right? Am I right? What? This is cute and all, but did you think of all the people who wake up to work grueling hours, wake up on the streets alone or with chronic pain before posting this? You should be mindful next time before bragging about your picture-perfect life. You might upset someone. What is the purpose of this communication? I'm happy for you, but it's just smug, self-satisfied, bragging if it's true. Your partner is most likely embarrassed by the tweet, or at least should be. That is unless you are flogging or something. I don't know what flogging means. I thought flogging meant when you hit someone with a paddle in a BDSM manner. Wait, let me Google what that is. What is flogging? Oh, yes, I was right. This woman was just like, oh, I love my husband and I'm so grateful that I get to spend time with him. And then people on the internet were like, did you consider the fact that I have paper skin and glass bones and wake up every morning in so much agony that the devil himself pities me? And I understand that the average human probably does not act like this online, let alone in real life, but the fact that it's a phenomena and observable in the first place is concerning to me. If something wholeheartedly does not apply to you, there's something you can do called taking your phone and scrolling. Why do we feel the need to make things about ourselves to this degree? I mean, the what about me-isms of the internet have me convinced that some people seriously cannot remove themselves from the forefront of their minds. Hi, welcome to Joe's Coffee. How can I help you? I don't like coffee! Okay. So, what are you gonna do about that? I mean, we really only have coffee here, so maybe you should try, like, going to a different store. But I'm in this one. Right, but you could, like, go to a different one. I don't want to. I want to make my presence known here, so. Okay, well, if you don't want coffee, I could get you a cup of water. Fuck you! Water?! I almost drowned, falling off of a cruise ship. Well, I was pushed. What? My sister pushed me. I wouldn't let her play with the Nintendo Switch, so. The Nintendo Switch was out when you were a kid? I was not a kid. This happened last week. So it's very fresh, and it's extremely triggering. All right. I'm sorry about all that. You know, if you don't like coffee, we have you know, an assortment of, like, teas in the back. I think we have, like, green tea. Green?! Yes. Green? I was kicked out of a movie theater. Okay? Because my father was choking on a green, mind you, M&M. And it was distracting for the audience, so we got kicked out. And then he died. Oh my God. I'm sorry about that. Well, he's dead to me. You know, I really wanted to see that movie, and of course he just had to get us kicked out. Oh, I'm joking, give me the Heimlich. Like, shut up! I think he's living in Connecticut now. I honestly don't know. I haven't talked to that bastard in years. Okay, I don't mean to cut your trip down memory lane short, but are you going to order something? I don't like coffee. I know. Another facet of main character syndrome, specifically when it is executed online, not just when it's like an ideology inside of your head, is filming yourself in public, right? That's like a pretty big part of it. But because people want their individual video shoot or photo shoot, they can get frustrated when somebody is in the background or walks through the shot and like ruins the take or the aesthetic. And don't get me wrong, okay? I've been on low budget film sets before where we don't have the resources to close off an entire block, so we are filming outside, but there's people and there's cars and there's a bunch of external factors that, you know, ruin every single take that we get, and we have to keep redoing the same scenes 67 times, and I'm like screaming my head off in public 67 times in a row. So I get that that's frustrating. And you know, me personally, if I see that someone is filming something outside, I'm gonna try and avoid, you know, that area so I don't disrupt whatever they're doing. And I think probably most people are like that. I think that if you go out of your way to disturb someone who's, you know, filming something or trying to take a picture, you know, whatever, then I do think that's, you know, rude. But, you know, at a certain point, it's like, yes, you can feel frustrated, but at the end of the day, you're outside, babe. This is a public space, all right? You don't have the right to film here and have no one disturb you in the slightest. For example, there was a dance group who was covering a K-pop song, and they were filming in public, right? And these kids were, it's not funny, sorry. These kids were running across the screen, and the cameraman literally tripped one of the kids, and he ate shit. Like, is it that serious, you know? Making little Timmy eat concrete. It's like, just do another take, you know what I mean? It is never that serious that you have to hurt somebody else. You want your main character moment, you want your outfit video, you want your aesthetic Instagram post, that's fine. You're not gonna go to jail for that. But you do have to realize that at the end of the day, this public space is not a closed set. Hi, excuse me, would you mind moving? Sorry, it's just, I'm trying to film something and you're kind of like all up in the background.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of hoping that I could just sit here because, well, my mom's pretty sick in the hospital, and we always used to sit here when I was a little girl, and...
Right, yeah, but I'm trying to film a thirst trap, so... you know, I'm trying to have my little main character moment, right?
Yeah. I mean, me too. You know, that's why I'm sitting here listening to sad music and thinking about my dying mother.
Right. Yeah, it's just, you know, my followers, they're counting on me.
To lip sync. How noble.
Okay, well, it's not just lip syncing, okay? You have to look hot while you're doing it too, which is more difficult than it seems, actually. I mean, just look at yourself. Obviously, you're struggling.
This is a public space, so you really can't make me move.
Right. Yeah, I guess I can't stop you from being a repugnant bitch.
Excuse me?
It's just like you are in the shot. Okay, you are literally in the shot.
You're making an Oscar-winning movie. Okay, you're filming a thirst trap.
I am doing my civic duty as a sexy person, so I don't know what you're
I need to go now. They're taking my mom off life support.
Oh, great, so you'll be out of the shot. Isn't your mom dead? Like, go. But the tricky thing about these main character moments and filming yourself in public is that, you know, you can't get mad when people are in the background of your video, but at the same time, you really shouldn't be posting strangers online in a certain context. I think it's one thing when you're filming yourself and you are the focal point and people just happen to be passing by in the background or whatnot, but if you're posting a stranger online where they're more of the focal point and you're trying to make fun of them or you're doing it with harmful or malicious intent, I don't think that you should be doing that unless they are racist, sexist, or a genuine harm to society. In that case, plaster their faces in Times Square. But there are instances where you are filming yourself and there's a stranger in the background and maybe they're doing something cringe or they're giving you a dirty look or like this or that, and then you post it and then the comments are just like tearing them up, you know, and at the worst, they can even be like doxxed and receive death threats, right? A more recent example that I can think of is a woman who was filming herself in IHOP, right? And she's doing this like cringy little dance, whatever. It's not illegal to be cringe. But there's a woman in the background who's giving her kind of like a dirty look. Now, if she just posted this video and went about her business, then that would be one thing. But she posted the video with the caption, "The best part of this video is the woman judging me," bringing attention to the woman behind her. And then she proceeded to post another video where the camera literally pans in onto the woman's face and like she is the focal point of that video. And you know, there were people defending the woman in the background, you know, saying that, you know, the stink face in question that she made was, you know, warranted. And they were basically like, girl, like you're getting jiggy with it with your flapjacks, all right? You're being weird in public, and so I'm gonna treat you like you're being weird in public, I guess. But the woman in the background also faced like an onslaught of hate. And of course the internet did what the internet does, found her personal information, doxed her, sent her death threats, yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, there was that other instance where, you know, there was a woman who was filming herself at a baseball game, and then these two strangers behind her were kind of like making fun of her and being overtly mean, right? But then she posted that video. The girls in the background got doxxed and found out where they were, death threats, the whole 9 yards. The usual. And I guess my thing is, okay, you wanted to post yourself having a main character moment. Maybe you had a cute outfit on or you got like, you know, cute food, whatever, right? And then someone in the background maybe made you feel insecure. You felt like you were being bullied or somehow you did not like what they were doing, right? So you decide you want to lightly punish them, so you post them online. But we all know how the internet is, right? You must be aware of it. It is a brutal, brutal place. It is an active war zone out there on twitter.com, okay? It is, everybody is ready and armed, okay? The tanks are fully loaded, babe. Once you post that, whether you intend for things to go viral or not, or even if they don't even go completely viral, but they still find a small audience, things can snowball out of your control and out of anybody's control. So I guess my question is, do you think that someone being rude or mean to you in one singular instance justifies you posting them online without their permission to millions of people to potentially, you know, get death threats, get their personal information released, potentially the information of their family released, you know, compromising their job, and then having to go through the emotional turmoil of having the internet hate you? is that really warranted? And I'm sure there's some people who think, oh, they were being mean, so this is just the consequences to their actions. And I understand that to an extent, right? And I get that if they were being mean or rude to you, a stranger, right, in one singular instance, it could be likely that they are just a mean or rude person, but here's the thing, you don't know that, right? You do not know this person. And I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but I don't think that people should be getting doxxed and stoned in the town square for making a bitchy face in the background of a TikTok. I feel like people who fall under this main character syndrome umbrella, really take their personal feelings and they feel, like a victim, right? That they want to be like, everyone look at me, look at how I was treated, this is so wrong. And they're so focused on how they're feeling about someone giving them a dirty look or, whatever, that they neglect to think about how this will affect the other person once you post them. And it's so easy to take things out of context too, like maybe whatever, you were doing something in public and it just happened to be that person's last straw or something. There's been times where I probably made a dirty look at someone or had a bad attitude or energy because maybe I had a shit day at work or maybe I am going through a breakup or something. You don't know the whole story because they are a stranger. It just feels like nowadays you have to be hyper cognizant of, your facial expressions, your body language, how you could come across at any given moment because you simply don't know if someone is filming you. Because if you have a bad moment and it's caught on camera and the audience decides to dogpile on you, there will be consequences. Evidently.
Hey, boss, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, so you know that promotion that I mentioned last week?
Yeah, yes.
Huge raise, better benefits.
Yeah.
You are not getting it. Actually, yeah, I'm actually firing you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? Why?
Well, see, the company got an onslaught of emails demanding that we fire you or they were gonna bomb the building. And we just renovated the bathrooms and everything. So.
Okay, wait, who was emailing you? Okay, who would want me fired?
So there's been some pretty serious allegations, that you gave someone a dirty look.
Gave someone a dirty look?
Yes, I was shown several instances where someone was breakdancing in McDonald's and you were in the background giving the subject a nasty, wretched, troglodyte-esque look.
Troglodyte-esque?
Yes. According to Peace on Earth 420, you deserve to be unemployed and rotting in the streets while pigeons pick at your toes like breadcrumbs until they're raw nubs. Which is apparently a pretty popular opinion. There's 7 emails here saying that.
You know what? This is ridiculous. Okay, I quit.
Well, I fired you, but...
Whatever! I'm going home.
Yeah, actually, you don't have a home anymore.
Oh, shit.
Okay, what? How did my landlord get in here?
Well, I'm not your landlord anymore. Yeah, I'm evicting you.
Evicting me?
Yup, corruptamundo. I'm gonna need you to pack your things by tonight.
You can't evict me, okay? I always pay my rent on time.
Right. Unfortunately, the other tenants in the building have made several complaints because of your preposterous behavior, and they are quite concerned for their vibe.
You can't kick me out of my house because of a TikTok!
Actually, according to the comments, we can and we should. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I feel like I talked a lot, more than usual. Remember that it is fine to want your main character moment. This is your life. I'm the main character of my life, just as you're the main character of yours. We're all walking around this ticking time bomb, trapped in our meat shells before, we all burn to a crisp, whatever. But the world is like Rotten Tomatoes, okay? All of our lives are movies, and we are all the main characters of them. But my film is only one of millions, and I recognize that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and until next time. I mean, we really only have coffee here, so maybe you want to try going to a different... My sister pushed me. I wouldn't let her play with the Nintendo. Kicked out. And then he died.